Gaming is a world of weird, and every month the weird stuff happens. Every month, also, gameranx compiles the weird, puts the weird into a video, and then we all watch together, marveling at the weird. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, the weird gaming stories of January 2025. Starting off with number 10, a League of Legends player did the math and estimates that if you're doing free-to-play only, you're going to unlock a new champion after a lot of work. And I mean a lot of work. Like, do you have 37 days of no school, no job, no sleep to spare? Because that's about how long it would take. 882 hours, according to some math done by a user named Barack Problema. And this has other users complaining that it's making League of Legends that much less accessible to new players, and the community can't grow, which is necessary for a game to stick around generally. Andre Van Roon, the head of League Studio, said on Twitter it wasn't meant to actually happen, and that they are looking in to see if something isn't functioning as intended now, which I'm going to go ahead and say, if you weren't intending to do that, then yes, something isn't functioning as intended. Captain Obvious over here. Whether that's intentional or not, there shouldn't be any mechanism that makes that even possible. That's nuts. And number 9, that amazing GTA Liberty City Preservation Project, where people were bringing GTA 4 as a mod to GTA 5. I mean, everybody was looking at it. It was very cool, very exciting. I mean, the damn thing had a fully functioning subway system. And, I mean, if there's only one positive thing to take away from the fact that Rockstar shut them down, it has started up the speculation for a remaster of the original game, which would be good, because out of all of the old GTA games, it's probably the most finicky to get going on anything. Still, it's disappointing. I call it weird only because of the speculation it started up. Normally, people respond to stuff like this by just being mad at the developer. It's like, oh, maybe they're remastering it. Oh. I guess it's whatever. I'm kind of disappointed, personally. I would have liked it if they were allowed to do this. It's not like I wouldn't buy a remaster of GTA 4 if they did it. Like I said, it's finicky. It doesn't work right. But, I guess whatever. At number 8, a retrospective was put out in PC Gamer with Crytek CEO Kvat Yearly to talk about the original Crysis's development back from 2007. So, I mean, we all knew that they went kind of crazy making that game. They went way, way beyond what they needed to do. It was, you know the memes. Can it run Crysis? We said about every damn thing. And almost nothing could, in all seriousness. But old Mr. Yearly confirmed they went well beyond. They literally created a blushing system, like as in, ooh, Mr. Beauregard. Like, I think that's what they mean. I don't even know, if I'm completely honest. They had nose shadows. They sent developers to Haiti to photograph leaves to get translucency information. I mean, they went way beyond what anyone would consider sane making that game. And to be fair, I mean, it is a benchmark game. I'm never going to tell you that Crysis wasn't a massive achievement. It was. But wow, I would highly recommend looking at all the weird stuff they did making this game over in that PC Gamer article. It's absurd. Moving on to number 7, some lunatic Team Fortress 2 players did an insane hat trade. If you're unaware, you can unbox hats in the game, and you can trade them. I mean, it's a cosmetic. It's not a big deal. It's, you would get what cosmetics are at this point. It's 2025 at the, But there's a very particularly rare hat, apparently the best you can get. Nobody's been able to obtain it in 10 years. And apparently this is the biggest trade in Team Fortress 2 histories, with about $18,000 worth of keys. Now, keep in mind, Team Fortress 2 keys go for about $2.18 on Steam. So that's actually $52,000 worth of keys for a hat in a game. I'm sorry, but that's a hell of a whale right there, I play free games, and I generally don't spend money in them. When I pop on a free game, I usually free to play it. And that's why the whole League of Legends time to unlock a new champion thing matters to me. I don't really play League a whole lot, but wow, that really disincentivizes me to. But it goes and it shows you how much money people are willing to pay as individuals into these games. Now, Steam didn't benefit from this, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, in theory, the value from those keys comes from somewhere, so somebody bought them sometime, I guess. But man, everybody always wonders, like, oh, how do these free-to-play games sustain themselves? Like, nobody spends money in them, and they don't make any sense to spend money in. Well, it doesn't have to make sense. Somebody out there is willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for a frickin' hat. These games don't need somebody on that level. They need like a few hundred people on somewhat of a lesser level to make thousands and thousands of dollars every few hours. It's crazy. It's too much for me. I hate this business model. Moving on to number 6, apparently Dishonored 2 cost more to make than Skyrim. That wasn't something I expected to hear. But we all know it didn't sell as well as it should have, perhaps. I mean, it's one of the best games ever made as far as I'm concerned. Certainly better than the first Dishonored. It built on everything they did in the first Dishonored. And of course, it's not automatically as innovative and, fresh as the first one, but it's certainly, man, is it a playground. I love Dishonored 2. It was essentially due to the fact that Arcane just makes products that are on a level of refinement that the rest of Bethesda just doesn't exist at. Not to insult like Skyrim or anything. These are just very different things. Yes, Skyrim is a little bit, it has some crossover with what Dishonored is. It's a big open world sandbox. You can do a lot of things that are a little bit immersive simmy. But Dishonored 2 just takes the genre of the immersive sim to another level. Another level which, again, they were able to push through with Prey. Unfortunately, while Arcane's reputation saved Arcane Leon back in the day with Dishonored 2, Prey wasn't enough to keep Arcane Austin afloat, which is sad because, honestly, Arcane Leon and Arcane Austin were really quality developers. Honestly, it's one of those things that just kind of sucks learning, but at the same time, it's already happened. It's in the past. Sad. Moving on to number 5. I guess it's weird that it took this long to say. I don't think you're going to find this weird at all, but the writer from Deus Ex Mankind Divided and Deus Ex Human Revolution was not happy with the ending either. Mark Chatcher, yes, that's actually how you pronounce the name you see on screen. He confirmed it himself in the interview that he talked about this stuff in. He thought the ending was really, really uninspiring, unresolved, etc. He called Marchenko the halfway boss, that he wasn't the brains behind the thing, he was the muscle, and that it's just inherently unsatisfying, which is probably why the game got a lot of guff when it came out. I don't know, like I said, it's not really a weird thing that he said any of this. It's just weird that it's taken this long. Like, honestly, this was somebody's creative project, his specifically, and a couple years passed and people expressed regrets. He was trying to get back in with the team that was making the new sequel to it so they could finish the story up, but obviously that didn't happen, sadly. And number 4, yeah, also maybe not weird, but it's weird that, this is still how things go, I guess, but also not weird because it's always how things go. The NVIDIA RTX 5090 and 5080 sold out absolutely instantly, and, they're on eBay. Are you shocked? Well, maybe you'll be shocked at the price they're scalping them for. Actually over $6,000, which is like over 3 times as much as the actual price. You can't tell me that's not a pretty penny. I'm getting mad because I was like, I'm not gonna buy one of these. Why would I buy one of these stupid overpriced cards? It's not really that much better than the card I got. I could just buy a 4090. And for all intents and purposes, that would be a lot better than my 3090. But no, I should have taken all my credit cards and purchased one of these guys and sold it on eBay because $6,000. $6,000. I would have made $4,000 just materialize out of nowhere. That would have been weird. If I had thought, oh, the same thing that happens every time is going to happen this time, I should get in on it. Would have been weird. And number 3, one that I am celebrating. I think this is a very good one. And it's also, to me, weird that it finally happened because it didn't seem like it was going to. But Sony finally made PSN accounts optional for their games on Steam. So Spider-Man 2, Last of Us Part 2, you don't need a PSN account to play anymore. But here is the interesting idea. So, with all research we have done around punishment and recidivism in the world, it turns out that punishment doesn't actually generally work that well. Forcing people to do something and treating them like they're bad when they don't actually backfires. What does work? Well, offering incentives, making it possible to get something good if you do something. So instead of paddling your ass for not having a PSN account, Sony is going to give you free stuff if you sign up for a PSN account to play their PlayStation games on PC. That could be new outfits in Horizon Zero Dawn, could be extra points to use however you want in Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, could be different armor in God of War Ragnarok, or early unlock more of the suits in Spider-Man 2. Why I would say that is actually a very weird idea. Do the thing that all studies on human behavior indicates works. Yeah, strange, right? And number 2, there is a cheat in Escape from Tarkov that can freeze your PC and max out your CPU, which of course will raise the temperature and wear it unnecessarily. But I mean, that's not the only problem here. The problem is there are cheaters in Escape from Tarkov that use this to crash your game. Then when your computer dies, freezes, and the game doesn't immediately disconnect your character because it doesn't, it's assuming your computer could come back, they kill your character and take everything you've got. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Apparently, it happens when they play some kind of a sound at you. I don't know if it's actually the sound that is happening or if they're running some kind of a code that runs a sound in a way that overlaps or uses a ton of resources or something. I don't really know. I guess some cheaters with really big, beefy PCs have managed to, shoot through it and kill these guys. But, I mean, that's only so many people. People with 5090s that they spent $6,000 for. And finally, at number 1, Chinese regulators are attempting to limit gameplay time to 15 hours a month during school break because they get a month off of school in the winter and they want kids not to be spending the entire time playing video games. Although, I mean, that's a half hour a day, man. 30 days, 15 hours, whole month, half hour a day. Can't do it. Can't do it. Tencent and NetEase, though, are apparently adhering to it and actually forcing this kind of a limit on video game time. I don't really know how. I assume it probably has to do with accounts and allowing accounts to play X amount of hours. I don't know. I think it's excessive. Like, you should at least go for 30 hours, so it's at least like an hour a day, you know? I think that is a healthy amount of gameplay for a child. An hour a day. Games are good for your brain. It's not like they're rotting your brain or anything. Whatever. I'm not going to get too heated about this. It's weird and I don't like it. I do have a bonus for you. Sony is developing a glove that lets you play the piano better. It's basically an aimbot for the piano. Another quick one, Sony filed a DMCA against Lance McDonald to remove the Bloodborne 60 frames per second patch for the PC Shad PS4 emulator. So, are they going to put Bloodborne out on PC with 60 frames per second? Is that what's going to happen? Is that the thing that's on its way, perhaps? Maybe? Hopefully? I don't know. I'm done. Clearly, I'm done. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about this video. If you like it, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter and book me on Cameo at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on GameRanx.